Welcome to Congress Unpacked, bringing you the moments, the clashes, and the truths the headlines leave behind. Today, Senator John Kennedy took aim at Judge Melissa Dubose, grilling her on her past, her experience, and whether she's truly fit for the federal bench. What followed was sharp, uncomfortable, and downright revealing. Kennedy wasted no time. Are you still a Marxist? That single question set the tone for the entire exchange. Judge Dubose quickly pushed back, insisting, "I am not, nor have ever been, a Marxist." But Kennedy wasn't letting her off that easily. He pointed to a 2000 interview she gave, where she described her time working in a coffee shop by saying, "I was in my Marxist phase." Senator Kennedy pressed, "You didn't say you were in your Hobbes phase or your Locke phase or your Rousseau phase, you said I was in my Marxist phase. My question is real simple, are you still a Marxist?" Dubose doubled down, "I've never been a Marxist and I'm not a Marxist today."
Congratulations, Stalin. Judge Dubose, am I saying your name right?
That's correct, Senator.
Okay. We don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to be direct. I think most of my questions are designed to be yes or no. Are you still a Marxist?
Thank you for the question, Senator.
You don't have to thank me. We'll say you are welcome.
I am not, nor have ever been a Marxist.
Well, you gave an interview in 2000 to the feminist press. In fact, you didn't turn it over to us. We had to ask for it. We found it on our own. And you did then turn it over to us. And this is what you were describing your time working in a coffee shop. You said, quote, "The kids would come into the cafe all the time. We'd talk about what they're doing. We'd talk about their classes. And I was in my Marxist phase." So you used to be a Marxist, but you're not now?
No, Senator, if I may, the context of the first of that interview, I had no idea that that interview was something that was going to be published. I did an interview with it
Did you mean what you said, whether it was published or not, or whether we'd find it? Trying to understand what you believe. You said I was in my Marxist phase.
Thank you, Senator.
Still in your Marxist phase, or was that in the past?
No, Senator, if I may explain.
Sure.
I was a political science major. When I graduated from college, I immersed myself in a ton of political theory. I read Hobbes, I read Locke, I read Rousseau, I read Marx. I went through a phase where I was into Eastern religion, where I read the Tao Te Ching, the Analects of Confucius. So I suspect, and I don't know that that quote with the article, I don't know if she was referring to what I was studying at the time, but as a political science major and as a theorist and someone who was considering teaching a course in political theory, I immersed myself in those
but
things.
She didn't refer to anything. She meaning, I assume you're referring to the reporter who interviewed. These are your words, and you didn't say I'm in my Hobbes phase. You didn't say, second, I'm in my Locke phase. You didn't say I'm in my Rousseau phase. You said I was in my Marxist phase. And my question is real simple. Are you still a Marxist?
Senator, I've never been a Marxist, and I'm not a Marxist today.
Okay. All right.
From there, Kennedy shifted gears, testing her courtroom credentials. Had she ever served as lead counsel in a federal bench trial? No. Ever led a federal jury trial? No. Ever even attended one live? No. Ever watched one on television? Also no. Kennedy's rapid-fire questioning exposed just how limited her federal trial experience truly was.
Have you ever served as lead counsel in a federal bench trial?
No, Senator. With my experience as both a state prosecutor, as an in-house counsel at Schneider Electric, doing very complex compliance and regulatory work, and my work as a district court sitting judge, handling general jurisdiction.
Yes, ma'am. I've read your resume. I just want to get through these questions. Have you ever served as lead counsel in a federal jury trial?
No, Senator, I have not.
Okay. Have you ever attended a federal jury trial? And
No,
watched
Senator.
it live?
No. No, Senator.
Have you ever watched a federal jury trial on TV?
I don't believe that federal trials are televised, so no, I have not, Senator.
Have you ever watched any trial on television?
Senator, I handle and preside over trials every single day as a state district court judge. We follow the rules of evidence, criminal procedure, civil procedure. So I feel that with my experience, that I am well suited and capable to make the transition from our state district court to our U.S. district court.
Okay.
When asked what an interpleader action was, she struggled. When pressed on voir dire, she admitted she'd never conducted one in federal court. Kennedy's final move was almost sarcastic, yielding back 6 seconds of his time, as if to say the point had already been made.
When you were practicing law, did you ever draft a motion or a brief applying the federal rules of evidence?
No, Senator. As a state prosecutor...
I'm sorry, you said what?
I said no, Senator.
No, okay. When you were practicing law, did you ever draft a motion or a brief applying the federal rules of civil procedure?
Well, I believe that there were times at Schneider Electric giving advice to business units regarding the federal acquisition regulations, that I would draft briefs to give them counsel as to how to be compliant with the federal rules. So in that respect, the answer would be yes.
Okay. What's an interpleader action?
Interpleader action is a third party who's going to intervene in a civil suit. They're not a primary party.
Okay. What's voir dire?
Voir dire is the process with which jurors are questioned by the state and by defense and prosecutors to serve on a
Have
panel.
you ever conducted a voir dire in federal court?
Not in federal court.
Okay. I'm going to yield back 6 seconds, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Kennedy's grilling left big questions hanging in the air. Was Judge Dubose's Marxist phase just youthful theory, or something deeper? And is her lack of federal trial experience a deal-breaker for the bench? This was Senator John Kennedy at his sharpest, mixing skepticism with bite. You're watching Congress Unpacked, bringing you the moments, the clashes, and the truths the headlines leave behind. If you found this breakdown useful, make sure to hit like, drop a comment with your thoughts, and subscribe so you don't miss the next big moment from Capitol Hill.